Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursaleen. This is Mujeeb Kazi and you're watching Washington Roundtable on VOKTV. I'm joined by a senior Kashmiri leader who has been in the arena fighting for the freedom of Kashmir in terms of politically and in terms of leading the peaceful movement to gain the freedom for the people of Kashmir. Currently he is a convener for JKLF here in the US, and he's leading one of the only organization that is truly in spirit seeking the independence of Kashmir, which includes entire regions, all 5 regions of Kashmir. Kazi sir, thank you very much for being on the show. Thank you.
I really appreciate you.
I would start off with the slight background. You know, for any country to be able to succeed, and there are 4 parameters. You know, you have to see their democracy, you have to see their political stability, you need to see their economical stability, and how viable that country is militarily. For the longest, Kashmiris have Pakistan on their side to fight the case on an international arena. We have seen failure in 1971, 65, 99, and so on and so forth. And the pinnacle moment was August 5th of 2019 when India revoked 370 and 35A. Kashmiris were expecting some rebut, some support from the very advocate that they had in their mind at the international level. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Where Kashmiris stand today after 4 years of August 5th of 2019?
See, I have been saying it before that first of all, I have basically resigned for my personal reasons from JKLF as chair, and I continue to be the board member of KGC. So whatever I will speak in that capacity. And the Kashmiris, you have to see it a bit more seriously what is going beneath the surface. We have had a very severe shock, basically, by the approach demonstrated by Pakistan on the abrogation of 370. Because Kashmiris gave 120,000 people on it. Thousands of people are still languishing in the jails. And as an outcome, we cannot afford to lose what we already had. And Pakistan is squarely responsible for this. Now, it does not mean that Kashmiris have given it up. We have woken to the reality now. We don't expect or count too much on Pakistan. And as a matter of fact, people don't count anything on Pakistan now. Now, what we are going to do is that, as KGC has educated it, that the realism has set in, and out of that, particularly the nationalist leadership has to rise to the occasion and try to break away from the traditional confines of narrative of freedom struggle. We have to innovate it. World is changing, and we cannot live in cocoon by saying that this is what it is. Our forefathers have set up this goal for us, and we have to continue and carry on with that. If things, when things change in the world, so are you supposed to go along with that. Now, the different interpretations are required at this point of time, particularly by the nationalist leadership, and we have to engage into a serious thought processing. And I think KGC has broached various new innovative ideas how we can find a solution to the problem. And at the same time, I don't think we should wink at the fact that on the one hand, you have 2 billion economy. On the other hand, you have 500 billion economy. On the one hand, it is expected $40 billion investment in Kashmir is expected. And on the other hand, even Pakistanis do not venture to go and invest in that country. So these are the realities. Kashmiris are basically juggling the facts right now. and trying to figure out what do we need to do. But in my personal opinion, we need to rise up to the occasion. We need to flip to intellectual growth within JKLF and within other nationalist parties.
So what I understand is that we have had enough of these talks. Look for the pragmatic approach, which means going after out-of-the-box approach, which could be anything, especially that can fit in with the modern way of negotiating with the occupiers and with the other stakeholders. You have alluded something about KGC taking the lead and some of these initiatives. My question is, what practical steps KGC is taking in terms of approaching to the world with the pragmatic steps? We have heard about creating a Senate in exile for Kashmiris, and that has taken quite a while, and that seems to be materializing it. The reason I'm pinpointing this one is that when Kashmiris would actually start to see some tangible steps taken by the diaspora.
Well, see, sometimes you have to take a look on situations in a way that sometimes you toss out a right idea, but the timing is wrong. And sometimes you toss out, you undertake a good initiative, but the wrong timing. So I believe that KGC is day in, day out becoming more relevant into the current situation. And we have taken certain initiatives. Policy paper that we have recently imposed is with Indian state, is with the United States government, is with Pakistani state as well. And I'm pretty sure, optimistic, I don't know if it will happen, but I'm personally very optimistic that after the election of 2024 in India, I think there might be some movement in this regard. And because India also cannot enter into 21st century with the mindset that it has been having in a traditional mindset. They will have to grow and they will have to change. So Kashmiri leadership has to grow and they will have to change. And then only things can materialize in a positive way.
Very nice. I'm into the last minute. Quick question about, at this time, if the Kashmiris were to see a figure that is resembling them for the ideology of seeking the independence of Kashmir, that is Yasin Malik. And he is pretty much on the verge of being hanged by the Union. What KGC is doing to defer the case or maybe help him not to be persecuted?
I don't think, I don't, when I look at it with a very rational mind, I can safely say that I don't see Yasin Malik to be hanged. As a matter of fact, on the contrary, I could see a light at the end of the tunnel that they will consider to reduce his sentence. And there are pointers towards that. And I hope this optimism holds up in regard to Yasin Malik.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And that's all we have at this time. I think the nutshell, what Kashmiris need to look out is that traditional approaches are not functioning. Relying on your advocate on international stage are not functioning. So the best option for Kashmiris would be to please come out of their cocoons, form a strategy that can be outside of the box approach, and that can lead up to their freedom. Thank you very much.